Hello, I'm Caitlin, and I would like to welcome you to my favorite building in Fort Steele, the Lambie House. Today we're going to be making Irish soda bread, but we're missing a key ingredient, which is buttermilk. So first, I'll teach you how to make butter. We're going to take our butter churn here, and we'll pour heavy cream into it. Heavy cream is whipping cream, or 35%. There we are. And our churn has a paddle, which we're going to make sure always goes in the same direction to make sure that the butter does not come apart. Make sure that's on nice and tight, and begin churning. This can take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. It all depends on the weather, how fast you churn, if your arm gets tired and you need breaks. So really, we could be here for a while. Your cream is going to go through 3 different stages. The first is from heavy cream to whipping cream, and we are getting pretty close. It's important that you constantly churn, or else your butter will not be formed. You'll start to feel some resistance, and that's when you know that you've actually made it to whipped cream. And we'll see here. There it is. You can see that it's nice and thick, and we're going to keep churning because we're not stopping at whipped cream today. It's only been a couple minutes since I last saw you at the whipping cream stage, and I'm actually shocked that we're already at the next stage. So we're almost at butter. At this point, you may think that your cream has just separated and you may want to throw it out. If you just keep going a bit past this stage, you will end up with butter and buttermilk both separated. Try not to touch your vessel too much because the heat from your hands will start to melt the butter. And this is when it gets a lot harder. If you have friends that can help you, it's nice. It gets very tiring doing this all by yourself. The final stage is complete separation between butter and buttermilk. You'll know you're at this spot when you have a big lump kind of moving around your device and a lot of liquid sloshing around. So the next step is to separate the two. We want to draw all of the moisture out of our butter so that it will preserve better. Ooh, delightful. It's a pretty warm summer day today, so our butter is going to be soft, but by adding water, we'll help harden it as well. Okay, so I'll separate the first of the buttermilk. By using 1 liter of heavy cream, you should come away with 2 cups of butter and 2 cups of buttermilk. And we're going to squeeze the buttermilk out. So you're just going to press it against the side of the bowl. And this is going to help bring out the first bit of buttermilk that we missed. Continue to scrape the butter down and against the sides of the bowl until you have the majority of the buttermilk out. And we're pretty good today, actually. So now we'll wash the butter, put it into the center of the bowl, take a cup of cold water, and let it wash over the butter. This not only helps to solidify your butter, but it also helps to draw out any remaining buttermilk. Just drain that water off like we did the buttermilk. If you happen to burn yourself while baking, it's really handy to have buttermilk on hand, because if you put the buttermilk on your burn, it helps to alleviate it very quickly. And when working with a wood stove, you burn yourself quite often. This is going to help preserve your butter for a little bit longer and also to give it a little bit of flavor. If you salt your butter, make sure to cut your salt in your recipes, or else you'll end up with a very salty recipe. Now we are going to form our butter. There are many options for forming butter. Normally, I would use my butter form. You simply place the butter in here and then pop it out. But because it's so hot today, the butter is not forming up the way that I would like it, so we'll just hand form it. I'm going to take it and plop it in a little plate. Make sure you get it all out because this is delicious butter and we want all of it. Take your 2 spatulas and start forming. Once you're happy with the shape, you can wrap it in some parchment paper or wax paper and store it in your pantry. Because mine is so soft today, I'm going to go ahead and put it right into the ice box. There we go, and it will harden in the ice box. Now we can make our bread.